My name is Garrett Bowman, and we farm mainly in the West Modesto area. Farm about 550 acres of almonds. I'm a third-generation farmer in the Modesto area. My family actually has farming roots that started on the East Coast years ago. My grandfather moved here in the early 60s and bought land west of Modesto, and I'm the third generation here, and we're continuing to farm. Family farming for us is a way of life. It's very important to us to conserve the resources. We live on the farm, we drink the groundwater, our kids play in the orchard, they climb the trees, and so it's important to me to farm in an ethical manner, a sustainable manner, in a way that will allow my kids to continue to farm in years to come. To farm sustainable to me means to farm in a way that promotes food safety, the safety of the environment, so that future generations can continue to farm and use the resources on down the road. Most of, probably 80% of our acreage is under low volume pressurized system, drip and micro sprinklers. We schedule using a variety of methods. Probably the first method we use for scheduling would be based off of forecasted ET for any given week. We monitor that with continuous feed soil probes, similar to like a PureSense system. And then we check that up with pressure bomb readings to ensure that the plants are not under any stress. So I'll start out with a typical year. We will typically make a nitrogen application in the fall to set us up for the next year. We make another application in the springtime around bloom to ensure that the tree is well supplied going into bloom. Then we take leaf analysis in April to give us a forecast of what our nitrogen will end up in the fall. And then we take a crop estimate and adjust our rates accordingly, and we shoot for around 70 units of nitrogen per estimated 1,000 meat pounds. For us, a more traditional method would have been a large application in the fall, and then another application in the spring, and probably one more application midsummer. And then we would check our nitrogen levels in July and see where we were. In the past, our nitrogen management plan was to take leaf samples in July of the prior year, see where we ended up, and then we would make adjustments for the following year. We would start off with a fairly large application of nitrogen in the fall, followed by a application at around bloom time, and then one in early summer. We've evolved from that to where we are making a small application in the fall, followed by a small application around bloom time. Then we take tissue analysis in early April, use the university model to predict what our July levels will be, and then we make in-season adjustments based on estimated crop load. In our pest control programs, we monitor the pests as they arrive each year. For worms, we're out trapping and making applications based on insect growth. Monitor our weeds to determine that our herbicides are applied at when the weeds are most susceptible. When we do determine a pest, we look at any mechanical means that may be available to control that pest, as well as chemical means. We look at all our options available and make a decision based on the effects to the environment, cost, and ease of application. I don't remember when I first started. I think I first sat down at a workshop at an almond board conference maybe 2 or 3 years ago when they were first starting. I did several modules then. I've been to a workshop since then and did some modules, and now I've been working online to attempt to complete all the modules for each of our blocks. I first got involved with the almond board sustainability project several years ago at a workshop, and we are I've went to several workshops since then and now have moved to completing them online for each of our blocks. I think that by having the modules online will make it much easier to complete them for each ranch. Our records are right at our fingertips as we sit down at our computers. We can come in and work at it for an hour, 30 minutes, go away, come back again. We can do it in the evenings and the early mornings. Much more easy to access it, I think. What I have learned from the modules is that it confirms that what we're doing is what is current recommended practices. Sometimes I have questions about whether we should be monitoring things differently, or it's good things to think about and keep us right on the cutting edge. I think it's important for growers to participate, to tell the rest of the world how we're growing almonds, that we are growing them in a sustainable manner, in an environmentally safe manner. And I think for individual growers, it's good to just see how your practices match up to the rest of the industry. I feel that the Almond Board is a very important part of the industry as far from the aspect of marketing and developing new markets and creating new demand. And as an in-the-field grower, I really think that the production research is extremely valuable to me. I think that it is important for regulators to come out to the field and meet real people, see the issues that we face and what we're doing to address them.